You ever wonder what happens when decades of motorcycle legend collide with today's cutting-edge engineering? The 2025 Honda CBR 1300XX Super Blackbird is exactly that: heritage reborn, power reimagined, performance refined. This is the story of a machine built to not just make headlines, but to carve them into asphalt. From the first glance, the Blackbird is more than just a motorcycle. The design language pulls you in: aggressive fairing lines, sculpted fuel tank, sharp twin headlamp units, and aerodynamic touches that aren't just for show. Every panel is shaped to tame wind, to reduce drag, to channel air where it's needed, to keep the rider protected at speed. The paint schemes are bold, with deep metallic tones, striking contrasts, and finishes that change subtly in different light. Even the smallest details, the badges, the grips, the mirrors, announce this bike as something special, demanding attention. Under that razor-sharp bodywork sits an engine that reminds you. This is Blackbird territory. Honda has pushed displacement to around 1,300 cubic centimeters in a longitudinal inline-4 layout, liquid-cooled, high-revving, with a high-tech breathing system. Expect a robust torque curve low down, earnest pull in the mid-range, and a howl as you approach redline. The performance numbers are staggering: horsepower well into the 180 to 220 range depending on spec, torque strong enough to yank you off the line, and a top speed that flirts with what once was thought exclusive to the fastest superbikes. Let's say this: there's thrust here, there's authority, there's ferocity. And it's harnessed. The gearbox is a 6-speed unit that's been engineered for precision, for lightning shifts, and for consistency. You get a quick shifter both up and down, minimal lag, crisp engagement. The final drive via sealed chain is strong and built to last. Honda has calibrated gear ratios to give you usable power in city riding, yet stretch out perfectly on highways or open roads. That balance is vital, because the Blackbird isn't just for track or straight-line runs, it aims to be a usable, exhilarating motorcycle in many environments. Suspension setup on the 2025 model is world-class. Up front, fully adjustable upside-down forks allow you to tune preload, compression, and rebound damping. The rear features a sophisticated single shock with Honda's ProLink linkage, or equivalent, letting you dial the ride, the feedback, the compliance. When you hit a rough patch, these components soak up imperfections. When you lean in, they respond, hold, and reward. The frame itself is a blend of strength and lightness: alloy beam or something similar, cast and forged sections optimized for rigidity where needed, flex where necessary. Weight has been managed carefully, nothing wasted, every part designed to contribute. Brakes are serious. Dual large discs up front with radial mount multi-piston calipers, excellent feel, strong bite, good reservoir capacity, braided line. The rear brake complements them, with good modulation so that you don't lock up when leaning or come in too hot to a corner. ABS is lean sensitive, cornering aware, to help you when conditions get sketchy. Tires are high performance, wide, sticky, able to keep grip in spirited cornering, yet durable enough for long stretches. Honda hasn't compromised on traction or control. Electronics are no longer optional, they're essential, and the Blackbird delivers. Multiple riding modes, something like rain, street, sport, maybe even track or dynamic. Each mode changes throttle mapping, traction control levels, wheelie control, lift mitigation, maybe even engine braking. There's management of ABS in curves. The dashboard is full-color TFT with sharp contrast, easy to see in daylight, with configurable displays, gear, mode, RPM, speed, maybe even a lap timer or shift lights, possibly even more advanced instrumentation. Lighting is LED all around: headlamps, indicators, taillight. The windscreen may be adjustable, helping protect the rider at high speed, especially above highway limits. The cockpit is rich with feedback: you want to feel the road, you want to feel the machine, but without undue discomfort. Ergonomics strike a strong balance. The seat profile is sporty yet padded, rider triangle is forward-leaning but not tortured. Foot pegs positioned to allow good ground clearance in corners, without killing your knees. Handlebars are clip-ons tuned so steering is precise but not twitchy in traffic. Tank grips for your legs so you can hold on under acceleration or braking. Sightlines good, mirrors placed to minimize vibration. Wind protection good, we're still going to feel wind at high speed, but the fairing, the shape, the screen all help. On the road, the Blackbird is a revelation. At low to mid RPMs, it's surprisingly tractable. Smooth throttle transitions, manageable torque, compliant suspension so bumps don't upset the balance. Once you open it up, though, everything shifts, this machine becomes alive. The mid-range surge is there, the roar of the engine climbing, the rush of speed. On highways, it holds steady, no scary vibes, no nervous oscillations. In sweepers, it leans eagerly, you feel the front end bite, the rear grip, the whole chassis locking in. Corner exits are explosive. Brakes bring you down with authority. The electronics aid, not interfere. If you make a mistake, there's forgiveness, but don't rely on it. Performance numbers will astound. Top speed likely in excess of 185 to 200 miles per hour, or more, depending on gearing and conditions. Yammering through redline, power peaking high in the RPM band. Wet weight respectable for a liter plus class sport tourer / hypersport hybrid, fuel tank large enough to give you decent range, though if you ride hard you'll be returning to the pump often. Fuel economy will vary dramatically, gentle riding gives you usable MPG, spirited riding consumes liberally. Oil changes, maintenance intervals in line. With premium performance bikes, check valves, service suspension, brakes, you'll want to stay on top of it. Comfort isn't forgotten. Yes, you will feel the machine when pushing hard. But for longer rides, the seat is reasonable, the suspension can be softened, windscreen adjusted, if applicable. Cooling is good, so hot days will be more bearable. Heat from engine / exhaust managed so it's not overwhelming in stop-and-go traffic. Vivo vibrations damped. Lighting for night riding is solid. Passenger seat perhaps less plush than the main one, peg positioning may lean more sport than cruiser, but acceptable for shorter rides. There are trade-offs. The price will be premium. Ownership costs higher than middleweight bikes, premium tires, brakes, servicing, possibly higher insurance. Fuel consumption under aggressive ride high. Weight, while controlled, still present, in tight urban conditions that mass will be felt. Maneuvering at low speeds demands attention. Clutch work, balancing, throttle finesse. Also, high-speed riding demands appropriate gear, protective gear, and respect for what you're handling. If you're someone drawn to legends, someone who wants both raw power and modern control, the Blackbird is for you. It's the kind of bike that rewards respect, ride it smart, and it sings. It's not for beginners, not for light wallets, but for those who chase velocity, precision, and that visceral connection with machine. What Honda has done with the 2025 CBR 1300XX Super Blackbird is to bridge eras. To take the roar of the past, the engineering lessons over decades, and fuse them with the electronics, materials, and performance expectations of today. It feels like both homage and evolution. Whether you're sprinting down a stretch of freeway at dawn, carving twisty mountain roads in the golden hour, or just letting it cruise under open sky, the Blackbird delivers. Its voice doesn't whisper, it declares. Its attitude doesn't apologize. It demands. This is a machine for riders who know what speed means, who respect the danger, who crave the thrill. This is the Super Blackbird reborn in 2025, a force of power, presence, precision. Ride it once, and it changes you. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of Honda's boldest statements yet. If you liked what you heard, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what spec or performance number you're most excited about. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep ride. Until next time, stay safe, ride fast, and always chase that horizon.